Hi there. Welcome to my office. My name is Calliope, and I am going to be performing your medical assessment today. How you doing today? I see. I hope by the time you leave this office, you feel even just the littlest bit better. I have a few questions for you. Before we get started, let's see, I've got my pen here. I'm going to be taking a little look here. I could just have your name and date of birth. And is that your preferred name? How do you like to be addressed? Wonderful. And any particular reason you scheduled this examination? Okay. And any current pain or discomfort that I should know about before we begin? Anything you want me to have a little look at? Good. And any changes to the medical history that I have on file here? Any changes to your family history at all? Good to hear. Very good. Any changes to the medication list I have? Good. And any new or changes to your allergies? No new reactions, nothing new. Very good. Good. So, this medical assessment is going to tackle a little bit of everything. We are going to sort of bounce around different areas of your body, and we are going to do some little tests here and there. I'd like to start with listening to your heart, your lungs, and your abdomen. From there, we'll move into palpation. We'll take a look at your nose, mouth and throat, eyes, ears, and the extremities. Do you have any questions before we begin? Very good. Now for this examination, I will need to be touching you. Is that okay with you? Have your consent to do that? Wonderful, thank you. So, let's grab the stethoscope here. And we are going to start with your lungs. So I am going to prompt you when to breathe. We are going to take a listen with the diaphragm of the stethoscope. That's this disc right here, whereas this is the bell of the stethoscope. So if I could just have you take a deep breath in and out. Good, nice and long. Deep breath in and out. There. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Good. Something nice and relaxing to start our exam. Deep breath in and out. Good. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Last one. Deep breath in and out. Now I'm going to go around to the back and I'm going to take a listen to the back of your lungs on your posterior chest wall, also better known as your back. Give me just a moment. Okay, and just like before, I could have you take a deep breath in and out. 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 Last one, deep breath in and out. Here we go. Now, we're going to take a little listen to your heart, and I'm not going to need you to breathe on command here. I'm just going to take a few moments to listen and then move on to each area. Listening around the different valves of the heart. Good. And right here. Very good. And here. Excellent. Lastly, I'm going to be auscultating the abdomen here. So this is going to be quite quick in that I'm going to press the stethoscope in, listen for a couple seconds, and then move on. Good. So after this, I am going to be palpating around the abdomen. And then we'll move into palpation primarily around the head and face. It's part of the jumping around I mentioned. Good. I won't need this for the rest of the duration of the examination. I'm going to get my hair out of the way here. And then we are going to do some palpation here. Now it's very important that you tell me if you experience any pain or discomfort, right? Just let me know. So I'm going to press around in here. And it's quite a firm touch, but ideally in a normal case, this would not be painful, maybe just a bit uncomfortable in that a stranger is pressing around in your abdomen. Other than that, easy peasy, just like pie. Rather than difficult, lemon difficult. There we go. And that was that. Not too bad. Excellent. So now I'm going to move to your head, if you don't mind. Right? Just need you to hold still. I'm going to palpate the contours of your cranium, of your skull, and locating our different landmarks, ridges and valleys, looking at the parietal bone up top, for example, the occipital at the back, the temporal bones, the sphenoid. It's coming down with that connection between the occiput and the vertebrae. Right at the back here. Any of this painful or uncomfortable at all? Good. Good to know. Good. Now, I'm going to take a look at your face here. And everything looks symmetrical. Again, let me know any pain or discomfort. And the texture. Texture is all even across. There's no color differences. Skin abnormalities that I'm noting here. Take a bit of a closer look at the eyes, for example, as well as the nose here. The mouth, cheeks, chin, forehead, one ear, the other ear, along the hairline, back, and behind the ear, and the other. Good. Very good. So, I'm going to run through here again, but this time I'm looking at the lymph nodes. Start at the back and work our way down the neck. Starting with occipital here, post-auricular, pre-auricular, submental, submandibular. Good. And anterior cervical, posterior cervical, deep cervical chain. Good. And supraclavicular, above the clavicles here. Good. If you don't mind, just like to take a moment to record my findings here. before we take a peek at the nose, the mouth, and the throat, I would like to just press around the sinus cavities. So tell me if this is painful or tender at all. As I press in on the frontal sinus cavity. Good. Okay, and the ethmoid. Right along the nose here. And maxillary. Any problems here? No. Okay. Right. I'm just going to do a little bit of tapping along these. So if I can just tap along the frontal. Good. How's that? Very good. And if I could just tap along the ethmoid. Good. And along the maxillary here. That's all good as well. Excellent. So, let me just grab my otoscope. And we're going to wait for our little light to warm up here. Tends to be a bit strobey in the beginning. There we go. So, if I could have you tip your head back, I'd just like to take a look inside of the nasal pouch. Good. Good. Any problems at all breathing through the nose? And yet any issues with your sense of smell? No. All good? Do you snore at all? Okay, very good. So I'm going to hold one side of your nose. I'm just going to have you take a few deep breaths through that. So you can just take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. The other side here. Take a deep breath in and out. Good. Deep breath in and out. Excellent. Was there any difficulty at all between the two? No. Very good. That's what we like to see. Now we're looking at your mouth and throat. I'm just going to have you open your mouth and stick out your tongue. And we're going to hold on the ahs for a moment. Good. Looking at the teeth. And go ahead and say ah now. There we go. Good. And if you could just lift your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Excellent. So, have you had any problems with your sense of taste? Or any trouble swallowing? Any trouble with moving your tongue at all? No, none of those. Alright, very good. I'm going to take a quick peek at the neck for a moment. And I'm actually going to grab our stethoscope again. I left out a quick little test. So I'm going to put this at your carotid artery here. And I'm just going to have you take a deep breath in and hold so that I don't hear any of the air rushing through your throat. Good, and exhale. Deep breath in. Hold. And go ahead and exhale. There we go. Very, very quick. Very quick, but very important. And I'm just going to have a tiny little feel here. Let me know if this is uncomfortable. I try to have a bit of a light hand when dealing with the anterior neck here. There we go. Very good. So thyroid feels good. Trachea is midline. So let's go ahead and we are going to be looking at your eyes. There we go. We're going to be bringing out the pen light here. This is a touch bright, but I'm going to have you just look right at my nose here, if you could. Just look at my nose. Let's test your pupillary response. This is just to make sure that the pupil dilates and constricts correctly when introduced to a bright light, a light stimulus. Good, just keep looking right here. Just keep looking at my nose. We're going to further test this in a moment, but this is our preliminary test. Good, very good. Now, I'm going to hold up my hand in between your eyes here. And I am just going to have you look straight ahead. I'm just going to check the direct response of your eyes and the consensual response. Very good. Just keep looking straight ahead here. Check the direct response and the consensual response. Excellent. Now, I'm going to have you just focus on my finger right here. Focus on my finger as this comes in. Keep focusing. We're going to bring this out. Keep looking right here. In, out, in, out, and switch over right here. In, out, in, out, in, and out. Very good. Just keep looking at my finger here. Just follow my finger here. Good. Switch to this finger. Just keep following the finger. Seeing only your eyes. Good. And let's go right up here. And right down here. Good. Right up here. Good. About here. 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 Excellent. Did you feel any sort of restriction in movement? Did it feel like it was difficult to do any of that? Okay. Alright, that's how it should be, effortless. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a peek at your ears. So, just going to pop on our speculum here. And there we go. Get our light working. And just going to take a quick peek here. Up and back, and then just right. So, take a look at the other ear. There we go. There we go. Now, as I mentioned before, it's obvious you're not dealing with any major hearing loss in that you haven't asked me to repeat anything and you've responded appropriately. Everything that I have said or asked. So, I'm just going to do a little whisper test to see if maybe we're dealing with any sort of mild hearing loss. And just let me know what you hear, what word I say, if you could repeat that. Alright? Excellent. Spanish. Pretzel. Orange. Billboard. Concrete. Bench. Good. Rugby. Lid. Fold. Adjust. Paper. Buzz. Okay. Gray. Knob. Plant. All right. Window. Asphalt. Kitchen. Okay, and all those came in quite clearly? Wonderful. Are there any other aspects of your life that you feel like maybe you're not hearing things like you're supposed to? Perhaps at work or in noisy environments. Maybe it's difficult to hear people in the car while the radio's on, or in a crowd maybe. Maybe you might feel like you don't hear high-pitched sounds very well, or low-pitched sounds. Okay, none of those? Excellent. Very good. Let me just, there we go. Almost misplaced my pen. There we go. So now we're going to look at the extremities, but I also real quick want to test the range of movement of your head and shoulders a bit. So if you could just turn your head to one side and then the other. Good. And move the chin up. Bring it down. Tilt your head to one side and the other. Excellent. How was all that? Okay, no restriction in movement, no pain. Good. Can you just shrug your shoulders for me? Lift them up. Let them go. Just give them a couple shrugs. Okay. And does that feel like it's restricted or weak at all? Okay. We'll be testing the range of movement of your arms, hands, wrists, legs, ankles, and feet as well. Firstly, I want to have a little look at everything. So if I could just see your arm here. Okay, just gonna have a little feel. So the skin is a little on the cool side from the AC here, but not cold by any means. And good moisture here. The backs of the elbows are smooth and free from any plaques. And if I squeeze the joints of your fingers, do you feel any pain here? Okay, and what if I squeeze the hand here? Does that feel all right? Good. Let me go ahead and just squeeze the tips of your fingers to check the capillary refill. Good, it's very quick. Let me look at the palms. Good. All right. I'll just check the other side here. Running over everything like I did for the first arm. Squeezing the joints. Good. And the hand as a whole. Good. And capillary refill. Looking at the palm. Good. I'd like to just feel your pulse in one arm here. And then I'm going to switch to the other. Okay, and those both feel strong, and I'm going to just do those at the same time. And this would indicate a radial delay if they were not essentially simultaneous, which they are, which is good. So I'm going to have you do a few things for me, and then I'm going to be bringing out reflex hammer. So if I could just have you make a fist here, open the hand, make a table with your hands. Good. And fold tops of your fingers and fold the fingers over the palms. Good. Can you roll the wrists forward and back and get all those crunches? Very good. Can you move them in and out? Up and down? Good. Can you bring your lower arms up and down so you're bending at the elbow? Good. Can you keep your upper arm at your side and bring your arms in towards the middle of your body and out away? That we're rotating at the elbow. Good. And can you lift up your arms? Okay, bring them back down. Go all the way back. And all the way forward. Good. Okay. Can you just give your shoulders a roll backwards and forwards for me? Okay. Any problems with any of those? I didn't think so. You seemed pretty limber with those. So let's check our biceps and triceps reflexes. If I could have you lay your forearm across your thigh and let it go floppy. Just relax your arm. Right? And I'm going to just tap on the back of your arm here. We're just going to come right behind the arm, above the elbow, and there we go. And if I can have you do the same with the other arm, lay it across the thigh, let it go floppy and loose. There we go. Okay, very good response. Now, if you could just let me take your arm here, and I'm going to hold your elbow and put my thumb in the crook of your elbow here. I'm going to be tapping on your thumb. Good. Okay, and the other side. Just let me hold the elbow here. Let it relax. Good. Okay. Oh, now we'll move on to the legs and feet. Oh. Here we often get skin abnormalities on the shins. Is going to be a big one to look for. And we see a lot of swelling in the ankles or the feet. Oh, I'm just going to squeeze here. Look for any pitting edema. Don't want to see that. That ankle looks good. Good. This ankle looks good. I'm not seeing the imprint from my finger stay. Okay. Take a look at the feet. So I'm going to press on the toes and check the capillary refill. The legs are cool and dry, but not cold. It's quite chilly in the office today. There we go. Okay, so let's do a little bit of range of movement here. Can you move your feet up and down? Rotate them in and out. And roll the ankles in and out. Very good. Okay. And can you kick out your legs at the knee? Bring them in and out, almost like you're on a swing. There you go. Very good. Can you lift one leg at a time? Lift the thigh off the table. 1 and then 2. Good. And can you rotate your legs at the hip to the side? Definitely do that one at a time. Yep, just bring one leg out, bring it back in, other leg out, bring it back in. Good. Any pain with any of that? No? Very good. So let's grab the reflex hammer. We are going to test the ankle jerk and the knee jerk reflexes here. If I could please have your foot here. Good. And we're just going to tap this on the back of your ankle. I'm not getting a good strike here. There. Just had to line up a little better. And the other foot. Okay, I'm going to hold that. There we go. Much better. Now for the knee, if you could just let the leg go loose and floppy. Okay? Don't want you to be holding it at all. Just let it relax. Then we're going to do a few taps here. Nope, that was a big one. There we go. The other side. Good. There we go. Felt a little goofy, didn't it? Yes, it always does, especially because your brain is not involved in those reflexes. So they're very important to test, but it does leave you feeling a little strange. Absolutely. So, reflexes are all intact and strong, but not overly so. So that will conclude my assessment here. Did you have any questions at all? Very good. So everything checked out. There's nothing that I've cited that we need to take a further look at. And really, there's nothing that I feel we need to keep in mind for the next checkup you have, which is excellent. You look to be a picture of model health. So, I am going to sign off here. That will end our appointment. I'd like to thank you so very much for coming into my office for this medical assessment. I hope you have a whale of a day and a good rest of your night. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, it would greatly help me out if you clicked the like button and left a comment so YouTube's algorithm registers that it was a good video. If you want to see more of my work, consider subscribing to the channel. I create primarily medical, pseudoscience / alternative medicine, and personal attention ASMR roleplays. But I've done a little bit of everything from historical to sci-fi to fantasy. If you'd like to support the channel, I offer ad-free videos, early access on videos, and exclusive content on Patreon. Or I also have a Ko-Fi link for a one-time donation or a throne wish list for props and equipment. Thank you again, and I hope you have a whale of a day.